Now, one of the things that normally we talk about, and there's quite a disconnect, to be honest, is between the public sector and what's really going on in the language industry. So, especially like in countries such as the U.S., Canada is less because there's still a gap. To be honest with you, although we're a bilingual country by policy, but we still have some gaps. Some of them are bigger than others. But in the US, your language is English. And I'm assuming you walk into like the public sector and you talk about language access and people need to connect and all that stuff. And people look at you like probably, what is this? Is it strange or is it people are warming up to the idea?
It depends on the area. So
Mm.
if you have an area, say Atlanta, for instance, that is very diverse, right? You don't get that as much. But then if you go out into the rural areas, it's less so. So obviously, it's pockets of states that are very, very diverse states. You're talking, like your Boston and your New Yorks and your Texas and California. You're going to have less pushback in those states for sure, because they understand they've had to deal with it
Yeah.
themselves. The importance of language access.
So the policymakers, let's say in most states, are they pro or against language access in general? Like, do they think about it? Hey, listen, you came to the United States, you need to speak English, and that's it. Or are they
Right.
more tolerant?
I'm a big believer that everyone should learn English. Don't get me wrong, right? I believe if you come to this country, you should learn to speak the language. When I go to France to visit, I want to utilize the little bit of French that I
So you're
have.
forced to speak French in France.
There you go. So it's important to learn the language. The issue becomes, is your language proficient enough to be able to really deal on an ethical and even moral basis
And plus the
for that?
transition period. I mean, yes, they're
Correct.
they're learning English, but you may spend 2 or 3 years trying to perfect the language. For those 2 or 3 years, you need some hand holding a little bit.
Correct. And then most people, like I said, can get by just fine with basic or even intermediate English.
Yeah.
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 But healthcare and legal English is much more advanced, even for those that are from this country. They find healthcare and legal jargon very difficult to understand.
Well, sometimes I mean you hear things. I have to look it up in a dictionary. Like I mean, this stuff is pretty complicated, especially if the topic that you're not familiar with. Like people tell me, oh, I speak Spanish. Well, yeah, you go to a restaurant, you know how to order a beer. Good for you. But if you engage in a conversation that's a bit technical, you're over your head. I'm assuming, unless somebody who's
Exactly.
actually went to university, studied it many years. Same idea.
Exactly.
So, from a the public sector perspective, what would you think the one thing that they are getting wrong, or you hope that for them to change on the public side?
Really making sure that it's a funded mandate, because you'll find that in states where Medicaid covers some to most of the interpreting services, they utilize it more,
Hmm.
right? Whereas in other states, even here in Georgia, we have so many, not so much the larger hospitals, but so many of the smaller clinics and smaller hospitals still not utilizing qualified interpreters.
Yes.
And that is a shame. Even in 2025, it's still
Mhm.
going on.
And for our listeners, I do have a family in Georgia. They're in Atlanta,
Oh,
just outside of Atlanta. I'm going to
okay,
say hello to my cousin, John, and his
wonderful.
family. So there you go. So if you're listening to this podcast, John, there you go. I said hello to you and Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, John, I need your votes now, John. Go to
There, that's it.
drnelvalee.com and learn about my
So we're doing a
platform.
campaign. We're
Wonderful.
doing a campaign for Dr. Lee here.